Hey Vita fans, this is the Vitality Weekly News Update featuring yours truly, Kyle from the Vita Lounge. We've hit number 20, which means 20 weeks, or 21 if you count the 18 plus screw up, of Vita News Catch Up. Coincidentally, number 20 marks our first public use of my new microphone, and I hope you enjoy the enhanced clarity. You ready to get caught up? Let's do this. Spike Chunsoft has announced that Zero Escape, the Nonary Games, is headed to PlayStation Vita sometime next year, bringing to you the first two games of the Zero Escape series, 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors, 999, and Virtue's Last Reward, VLR. This will be the first time that 999 will be available on the PlayStation Vita, and in celebration of that, it has been rebuilt from the ground up to feature high-definition graphics and both English and Japanese voiceover tracks. This is the way that 999 should be played, and it's the way that it's coming to our favorite handheld next year. But why should you play it? Well, the Zero Escape games are considered some of the best games on the system, and they're definitely unique to boot. They're nonary games, they contain 9 participants, that have you entered against your will, pitting you against others in a you lose, you die sort of obstacle course. Your game host is an enigmatic being called Zero, and your wrists have been adorned with timepieces to die for. Sounds like a hell of a trip. The good news, as I said, is that this trip isn't very far off. Zero Escape, the Nonary Games, is headed to PlayStation Vita sometime in the spring of next year, and will bring you 2 parts of the Zero Escape trilogy in one package. The first game in the series seeing its first appearance on our platform. Sounds like a great way to get started on the series. Next up, a PR representative from Blowfish Studios has been in touch to confirm that the Deer God is headed to PlayStation Vita in the first quarter of 2017, the 3D pixel art title nearly ready to bring you the vast landscapes, challenging puzzles, and dangerous enemies it's filled with. In the game, you'll play as a hunter who is mauled to death and reincarnated by the titular Deer God, able to return to the world of the living for a price. Brought back as a fawn, you must stay alive by feeding to replenish your health, maturing to adulthood in the process. Adult deer have the benefit of being able to mate and produce offspring, which are the backbone of the extra life system. Each fawn born is another life you can use should you die in the game's procedurally generated world. Interested? Well, the Deer God is headed to PlayStation Vita in Q1 2017, so keep an eye out for more news as that release window approaches. It looks like cynical adventure game Demetrios is headed to PlayStation Vita very soon in both North America and Europe, bringing its unique brand of laissez-faire gaming to our favorite handheld. According to a brand new trailer from Cowcat, it's due out November 15th in the West, so mark your calendars. Famitsu has revealed that Chaos Child spin-off Chaos Child Love Choo Choo will be coming to Vita, giving us the usual introductory bits to whet our appetite. Chaos Child Love Choo Choo is set during the October 2015 reincarnation of the new generation of madness, with protagonist Takeru Miyashiro still the president of the school newspaper club, but completely disinterested in covering such an event. Instead, he chooses to focus on the ladies in his life, going full-on erotic. Featuring a brand new yes-no trigger system that complements the standard trigger system used to branch the story, Love Choo Choo is currently 40% done and is headed to PlayStation Vita on March 30th, 2017 for 6,800 yen. A limited edition of the game will also be available for 8,800 yen, giving you plenty of options to lay your paws on it. P.S. 5PB is set to release a 3,800 yen The Best, that's a discounted physical version, of Chaos Child in Japan on March 2nd, 2017. Grab it if you want to catch the original story first. According to publisher NIS America, the newly revealed North American limited edition of Kadokawa Games' RPG God Wars The Future Past is set to include, alongside a copy of the game, an art book, a soundtrack, a cloth poster that's 27 inches by 38 inches, a pocket mirror that's 3.5 inches diagonally, and a collector's box. Interested? Well, you can pick it up via NIS America's online store. If you are, there's a link in the description. God Wars Future Past is due out February 23rd, 2017 in Japan and early 2017 in the West. The pre-order campaign for Skullgirls' second Encore is now live on Limited Run Games' site, and we've got the details you need to decide whether to buy. Priced at $39.99 US, the Skullgirls' second Encore Limited Run Games PlayStation Vita release is currently in the pre-order state and is projected to be available sometime in January 2017. It's set to include a physical copy of Skullgirls' second Encore, a reversible cover art, a color manual, and a soundtrack CD. Pre-orders are live from October 31st till November 14th, with a package PS Vita PS4 set to be available alongside the singular version for $74.99 US. Grab it now or forever hold your envy. Tired Trope Games have announced that they're bringing audio-focused artisanal video game Knob Switch to PlayStation Vita, the title destined for the PSN, later this month. A game about testing your hearing, Knob Switch wants to know if you can identify the space between two notes. How good are your ears? How well can you pay attention? This game will test your limits, and it's almost here. Knob Switch is headed to PlayStation Vita November 22nd, so be sure to check it out once it drops. According to the latest from Bandai Namco, Super Robot Wars Z is headed to Japan on February 23rd, 2017. The game priced at 6,840 yen digitally and 7,600 yen physically. A premium Anasong and Sound Edition will also be available, including 35 background songs, for 10,440 yen digitally and 11,600 yen physically. These prices are only guaranteed till launch, so make sure to get in early if you want the deal. Additionally, it's been announced that early buyers will get a special starter pack, including an original theme and download codes to use special participation robots Grungust and Huckbein from the beginning of the game. Super Robot Wars V is due out in Japan February 23rd, 2017, an English subtitled Asian version also planned for release sometime during the course of 2017. Kenka Banjo Otomi, My Honey of Absolute Perfection, has been announced as a fan disc follow-up to May's Japanese release of Kenka Banjo Otomi, the official Twitter account relaying the news in Japanese. The tweet was notably a bit light on details, so it looks like we'll be waiting for a proper update to find out more. Anyways, that's all for the news recap this week, which means it's time for a rundown of newly released trailers, the following titles having either a new trailer or new footage released since the last sentence of Vitality your way. Atelier Furus, The Alchemist of the Mysterious Journey, Demetrios, Fate Extella the Umbral Star, God Wars Future Past, Knob Switch, New Game The Challenge Stage, Super Robot Wars V, The Dear God, The Princess is Money Hungry, and more. So those are the standout happenings from the last 7 days. Make sure to check back here around this time next week for another new update of Vitality. Hit up the Vita Lounge for the full stories and all the bits I didn't cover. And of course, have a great week of Vita gaming. See you next week, guys.